So hello, everyone. First of all, thanks to Javier and Cardo for inviting me to speak at this event today. It's great to see you all. I've been here several years, but this is the first time presenting, so very excited. My name is Dave McClusky, and I lead the Developer Solutions team at Google Maps. So today I want to update you on some of the latest solutions that we've launched and opened up to developers as part of our Google Maps platform, which will tie in very well with some of today's themes around sustainability. So just a little bit about me. I've been with Google for about 12 years now, entirely with the Google Maps team. And my focus at Google has been helping developers and data scientists like yourself get the most out of using Google Maps in their own applications. So first of all, just a quick show of hands. Who here has used Google Maps before? Right. Okay. Anyone use Google Maps today to find this venue? Yeah, I did. All right, so does anyone know what this is? So this is the original beta version of Google Maps, circa around 2005. And as you can see, well, we had a very limited amount of data back then. Most of the world was missing. Back then it could take often months to make changes in the base map. Map a new country would take a very long time, as it was a very manual and human-intensive process. But we have come a long way since then. So since then, we've been focused on global scale and continual freshness. So we do this by bringing in a number of different data sources like overhead imagery, street view, traffic information, crowdsourced information. And we've been doing this to map the world in just immaculate detail and scale. And it all comes together to create this dynamic understanding of our physical world. And now with advancements in AI and machine learning, we can now make map updates in minutes or even seconds. So there's now over 220 billion Street View images within Google Maps. It's over 10 million miles of Street View. And we have partnerships with over 10,000 government entities, traffic agencies around the world, which allow us to reflect very accurate, up-to-date information on Google Maps, as well as over 200 million places and business reviews. So all of this comes together to build like this immersive, accurate, and up-to-date model of the real world that you see in Google Maps today. So what does that mean for you as developers and data scientists? So across Google Cloud and Google Maps, we've built a suite of products upon this infrastructure that you can leverage to generate your own geospatial insights or build geo applications. So BigQuery, for example, allows you to do large big data analytics against geospatial data sets. Earth Engine provides planet scale imagery analysis for environmental monitoring and sustainability use cases. Vertex AI allows you to quickly deploy AI models against your own geospatial data sets. We saw that earlier today in some Gen AI demos. And then Google Maps Platform is the developer platform that I'll talk a little bit more about. So what is Google Maps Platform? So it is a mapping platform for developers. We break our products across these three kind of categories here: maps, routes, and places. So maps lets you embed dynamic maps in your Android, web, or iOS applications. Routes allows you to calculate the fastest route or eco-friendly route. And places lets you search our corpus of places of interest, lets you autocomplete addresses, perform address validation. But we have something new. So I'm here today to talk about the environment. So Google has been focused on sustainability for a long time, especially in our operations, being the first major company in 2007 to become fully carbon neutral. And we have some current 24/7 carbon-free goals, which are super ambitious. And so if you think about Google's expertise and mission, which is to make the world's information accessible and useful for decision-making, we also start to think about climate change as an information problem in many ways. So within Google Maps, we want to focus now on how we empower individuals and our partners to drive positive action for our planet. And so now more than ever before is the time for businesses to offer solutions to help consumers, inform consumers and businesses to enable sustainable choices. So taking this together, we are super excited to launch a new category of products in GMP called the environment. So this is a first step in making Google Maps Platform the destination for developers to access hyperlocal climate data and insights. So we've just launched 3 new products. One's called Solar, Air Quality, and Pollen. And these apply AI and machine learning techniques to give you information for individuals and businesses to operate more sustainably. So I'll dive into solar a little bit. So why launch a solar API? So it's estimated that in 2024, over 150 gigawatts of solar energy will be installed. And so that's tens of millions of new solar energy systems around the world. So what is this product? So in short, it allows you to understand the solar potential for a building. So we use high-quality imagery and maps data and AI models to analyze the imagery about rooftops. And it looks at slopes, obstructions, shade patterns, weather data to get accurate information about sunlight hitting the roof. So this allows us to calculate the solar potential of a rooftop. So why is this useful? Well, we launched a consumer-facing product back in 2015 called Project Sunroof, which some of you might remember, which allowed you to evaluate for yourself, allowed homeowners to understand if solar was a good option for their house. But since then, we've been working with industry partners to understand exactly what they need to deploy more solar energy. And so with this solution, it allows developers, yourself, partners to analyze specific buildings for their solar potential, do panel layout and designs, it allows you to determine if solar is right for you, or do sustainability analysis. And it's not just for individual buildings, it also works for area analysis as well. So, enter Cardo. Partners such as Cardo has worked to integrate Solar API into their own solutions and workflow. So as you can see here, this image of Cardo shows their vector and raster technology that can seamlessly integrate with our Solar API, so you can bring that data into your own workflows as well. And all this integration works with BigQuery, under the hood. So this example here from Cardo shows, how you can basically evaluate the solar potential for an area, not just a single building. So you can estimate the solar, the possible number of solar panels for an entire region or block group. And so with this integration, conducting some sort of market analysis, solar potential analysis is super easy. It's all processed within your BigQuery instance and is enabled by this Cardo workflow integration. So we do have a demo. If you want to go check it out and learn a little bit more about solar, you go ahead, you can scan this QR code or go to this link, and you can play around with our solar demo. So you take a picture. Okay, we're also going to talk about 2 more environmental APIs that we recently announced. So one's air quality and one's pollen. So why do we care about air quality and pollen? So according to the World Health Organization, air pollution is one of the greatest environmental health risks, which accounts for more than 7 million premature deaths every year. And due to climate change, we're seeing a growing phenomenon of other hazards as well, such as wildfire and pollen. This is resulting in huge healthcare costs. So these 2 new APIs make it easy for you to access relevant environmental data for you to integrate in your own applications and for your own analysis. So I'll just talk about each really quick. Air quality. This gives you current and historic air quality data for most points across the world. It provides granular air quality data so you can visualize air pollution exposure. So this helps you understand the air that you're breathing and help make informed choices, such as if you want to limit your outdoor stay, where to choose the cleanest park to go to, where to do outdoor activity like a hike or a run. Similarly, pollen as well. Pollen is a natural phenomenon which has significant health burden on our society. Over 400 million people are affected worldwide. Anyone here have seasonal allergies? It's something like 1/3 of all Americans are impacted by seasonal allergies. And if you're not, it might be hard for you to understand why this is so important. But if you are, you probably do understand why this is important. So this can really impact someone's quality of life, and having this information can help make an informed decision about, hey, do I want to go on vacation here? Should I wait? Is this a good time of year? Is this where I want to buy real estate? And so these APIs not only provide, information about plant types and plant species, pollen forecasts, but also can provide heat maps like you're seeing here. and also gives recommendations on what to do in a high pollen sort of situation. All right, so those are some of the new capabilities we just released around sustainability and the environment. These are brand new, just in the last, I think, last month we've released these. But I know I know this audience is also very interested in data visualization, so I want to talk a little bit about the latest in Maps data visualization as well. All right, so going back to 2005 again, when we first launched Google Maps, and a couple years after that was our Google Maps API, so you could bring maps into your own websites. It was all 2D. But within the last couple of years, we just started to announce vector maps on the web, which supports 3D graphics powered by WebGL. And it's extended by a library called DeckGL. And if you don't know what DeckGL is, it's a high-performance data visualization framework built for large data sets. And over the past couple of years, we've been working with the community, such as Cardo, to help us fully integrate Google Maps APIs into DeckGL, so you can now visualize your large data sets on a Google map. All right, so what does it look like? Here's some examples of just some amazing kind of large data visualizations on Google base maps. We support all kinds of data viz plots like heat maps, scatter plots, arcs, contours, and more. So you can do these very impressive visualizations. Now it might look like it's kind of intimidating to build something like this, but with a solution like Cardo, it's actually very easy to integrate this into your workflow. But we aren't stopping there. So at Google I/O conference a few months ago, we announced a new API to access that same 3D photorealistic imagery that you see on Google Earth. We call it photorealistic 3D tiles. And so now you have the ability to bring photorealistic 3D visualizations into your own applications as well. So this allows you to visualize a location in 3D, like you're seeing here. You can help your users navigate to a location. You can inspire your customers with an immersive 3D experience. Or you can visualize your large data sets in one of these photorealistic 3D scenes. And this 3D tiles product supports OGC standard 3D tiles format, so which means you can bring these 3D tiles into any renderer that supports the OGC standard 3D tiles. So, for example, Cesium, which also allows you to bring 3D tiles into Unity and Unreal, but also supported by DeckGL and our Cardo environment. So just an example of what 3D tiles could look like in your own application. I think this is Venice. But you're able to bring the 3D into your application, fully control this environment, overlay whatever data you want on it, make it interactive. I've seen people animating dinosaurs and all kinds of things in 3D. Some really impressive 3D applications coming out just in the last month. And here's a data visualization example. So, the integrations I described allow you to visualize now your own data sets in 3D. So here's a demo of a data set in Cardo and BigQuery being visualized on the 3D tiles. So this analysis is showing distance from buildings to vegetation, nearby vegetation and trees. That's what this overlay is. And when you play with the interactive demo, there's a little slider that you can control the distance. Because vegetation can affect quality of life in a number of different areas, such as ground temperature and other factors. So you can see how bringing 3D into your data visualization adds some much needed context to a scene that you would not get with just a 2D map. So if you want to play with both of those demos, it's a lot more fun to play with the demos yourself. Here's the links. Check out that one I just showed you, 3dtiles.cardo.com, so you can see kind of the power of 3D data visualizations with Google Maps and Cardo Data Viz. So you take a picture of that. Cool. So finally, I want to conclude with just a little plug for a hackathon we are sponsoring. So this is the Google's Immersive Geospatial Challenge. It runs into November 20th. We're giving prizes totaling up to $70,000 for those who want to try building something with our new 3D products. So please go check out this link here. If you can take a picture of it before the animation loops. and looking forward to seeing what you all build with it. All right, well, thank you very much. Please feel free to reach out to me after the talk or on LinkedIn.